This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrumps exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Today is Monday, April 19th.
Well, the owners of the closed school in Amargosa called the Northwest Academy were in Beatty Court this morning. Married couple Marcel and Patricia Chapuis are negotiating a plea deal with Nye County that may not require them to serve any jail time. Originally facing 90 counts between them, the couple were arrested with a teacher in February of 2019 after receiving reports of child abuse and neglect. The Nye County Sheriff's Office investigated the claims, along with claims that the water was contaminated and ordered by the state not to be used for cooking or bathing. The investigation into the allegations ended with the closure of the school, which is on the same campus as Never Give Up Academy for at-risk youth. The Chapuis could have originally faced 2 to 20 years. Right now, they're looking at about a $2,000 fine if this negotiation is approved. The Nye County District Attorney Chris Arabia is said to be looking over the plea agreement, which has not been approved by him at this time.
Governor Steve Sisolak announced on April 13th that he has a goal to have all Nevada counties open to 100% capacity by June 1st. On May 1st, he will remove the statewide social distance mandate and transition to allowing local authority to control mitigation measures. In preparation for this, the county manager, Tim Sutton, will present the Nye County Mitigation and Enforcement Plan to the Board of County Commissioners at tomorrow's meeting and ask for approval to put the plan into action. The plan includes continued monitoring of any new cases, deaths, hospitalization, testing, and more. It says that Nye County will reopen at 100% capacity without COVID occupancy restrictions for public or private gatherings, and this may be adjusted if there is a daily increase in the positive case count. Recreational sports may resume and must follow outdoor assembly requirements lined out in the plan. While you may have an easier time getting a table at your favorite restaurant and look forward to some of the public gatherings you've missed, one thing has not yet changed: the mask mandate. Wearing a mask in public areas is still required until the mandate is lifted by the governor. The Board of County Commissioners approved an agenda item lifting the mask mandate at the April 6th meeting, but that approval was beyond their purview and caused confusion among many residents. Not wearing a mask in a public area or business can result in a person being asked to leave or that business even being trespassed. Since August of 2020, the county has received approximately 50 calls regarding the mask compliance, and they were all referred to the Nevada State OSHA. An OSHA finding can result in closure of a business, a fine to the business, which can be costly, and long-term, an OSHA finding could result in higher business insurance rates. Tomorrow's Board of County Commissioners meeting is set to begin at 10 a.m. and has a long agenda with the mitigation plan at item number 42. If you would like to see a copy of the proposed mitigation plan, you can find it online at nyecounty.net/agenda center. The plan will be presented to the state at the State COVID-19 Mitigation and Management Task Force on April 22nd and can be viewed on the Nevada Health Response YouTube channel.
Well, it was a wild weekend for Tacopa residents as a fire broke out near the China Ranch date farm. Southern Inyo Fire Protection District crews responded to a fireworks-started blaze on Friday night in the canyon near the China Date Ranch in Tacopa, California. The individual responsible for the blaze has had contact with the Inyo County Sheriff's Department, who are investigating. The U.S. Forest Service says that they sent an engine and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue sent a water tender to assist. Bureau of Land Management and U.S. Forest Service crews remained on scene to put out any hot spots throughout the weekend. The fire was extinguished by Saturday morning with no extensions to structures or injuries reported. The road to the China Date Ranch was closed during the fire and mop-up efforts. Approximately 6 acres were involved in this wildfire.
A debris fire kept Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue working all weekend as the fire continued to smolder.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue crews were on scene Friday night and during the day on Saturday for a large debris and manure fire that occurred at the Pahrump Fireworks launch site located on Fox Avenue near Gamebird Road. The pile of material was stored there to be used for the Fairgrounds project, according to Fire Chief Scott Lewis. The ground cover continued to smolder throughout the weekend, and crews were on scene to keep the fire contained. Well, Nevada Highway Patrol, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, and the Nevada Department of Transportation responded to a two-vehicle crash on Saturday night on Highway 160 near the Tacoma turnoff or the Old Spanish Trail Highway near mile marker 32. Traffic was slowed in the area. Any injuries are unknown at this time. We'll have more news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Pahrump Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 10,054, open to our veterans and our community. Stop by or give them a call.
Thanks for being with us tonight. FedEx may reconsider a rule banning workers from having a phone while working. Morgan Stanley is reporting a multi-million-dollar loss, and GM gears up to open a second battery plant.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, a policy change could be coming to FedEx. Late last Thursday, a gunman tragically killed 8 people at a FedEx ground facility. FedEx employees are prohibited from having a phone while working, and many could not get in touch with loved ones. The Business Insider reports that policy may be reconsidered. Morgan Stanley is admitting to a $644 million loss from a credit event, along with a $267 million loss in trading. CNBC reports those losses are tied to the implosion of Archegos Capital Management last month. Still, Morgan Stanley reported a quarterly profit of $4.1 billion, making it a record-setting quarter. General Motors and LG Chem are going big with battery cell plants. The two companies are investing $2.3 billion in a second battery plant for electric vehicles in Tennessee.
Thanks, Angela. Well, a familiar face has been ratified as Nye County's Natural Resources Director.
County Manager Tim Sutton selected and asked for the ratification of naming Lorinda Wickman as Natural Resources Director for Nye County. Wickman served District 1 on the Board of County Commissioners for 12 years, with her tenure ending in January of 2021. Wickman would replace retiring Darrell Lacey. Sutton stated that Wickman is eminently qualified and has the experience needed for the position and recommended that Wickman be ratified for the position. The current commissioners praised Wickman's service to the county and her qualifications. There was public comment both for and against the former commissioner taking the position. While the public felt that Wickman was well qualified, they were concerned with her ties to natural resources, as her husband is a paid staff member of the Water Advisory Board. It was even suggested that her husband resign that position to avoid a conflict of interest. Commissioner Cox voiced a legal concern about Wickman taking the position, stating that she thought the law required that she take a cooling-off period for at least a year before accepting a position with the county that she served. The district attorney, Chris Arabia, said that the cooling-off period that Cox was referring to did not apply in this situation. When it came time for the vote, the commissioners approved Wickman for the position with a vote of 4-1, with Commissioner Cox voting nay and stating that it was not personal. She was just not convinced that the law was correctly followed.
A slow-moving vehicle leads to an arrest for alleged possession of stolen property.
On April 13th at 9:50 p.m., a sheriff's deputy driving east on State Route 372 in a marked patrol unit noticed a suspicious vehicle driving west on SR 372. The vehicle, a silver Hyundai Santa Fe, was traveling at a very slow rate of speed. After a registration check, the deputy recognized the vehicle from a previous call as a suspect vehicle in an alleged theft that had occurred on April 12th. The deputy attempted to conduct a vehicle stop, but the vehicle reportedly continued to travel west on SR 372. The driver finally came to a stop at 372 in Red Butte and was taken into custody. The driver was identified as Eric Wychunas. After searching the vehicle, a deputy discovered alleged stolen property from another case. After being read his Miranda rights, Wychunas requested an attorney. He was arrested at that time for driver disobeying a peace officer and possession of stolen property.
Is the COVID-19 vaccine safe for pregnant moms? We'll tell you about that after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys. 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, an 18-year-old Nevada woman has suffered blood clots with hemorrhage after receiving the Janssen COVID vaccine. A similar reaction to this has occurred in 6 women between the ages of 18 and 48 years old. More than 6.8 million doses of the vaccine had been administered in the United States before federal officials recommended pausing its use while they studied the blood clotting reaction. Nevada has complied with this guidance. As of today, Emergent BioSolutions has shut down the manufacturing of the vaccine at its Baltimore plant at the request of the FDA. Health experts say anyone who received the Janssen vaccine and developed severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, or shortness of breath within 3 weeks after the vaccination should contact their healthcare provider. Doses of the Janssen vaccine that were to be distributed in pods throughout Nye County were quickly replaced with the Pfizer vaccine. Authorities have stressed that they have found no sign of clot problems with the most widely used Pfizer and Moderna vaccines in the United States.
Newly released data shows the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for pregnant women and can also provide protection for their baby, which doctors say is good news for those who may have been hesitant before.
If you look at the first data that came out in December, all the data was in non-pregnant patients because the clinical trials, the first clinical trials did not involve pregnant patients. So it's not very comfortable for some people to make an informed decision without having data.
Doctors involved in the latest research examined more than 130 women from 3 different groups: pregnant, non-pregnant, and lactating. Data revealed women who received the vaccine developed a more robust immunity compared to women who got the infection naturally. They also found vaccine-generated antibodies were passed to the baby through umbilical cord blood and breast milk. Dr. Tosin Goji is an OBGYN and infectious disease specialist for Cleveland Clinic. She says she hopes this study will help encourage more pregnant women to get vaccinated, especially since they're at a higher risk for COVID-19 complications.
I know that there's a lot of misinformation out there, but with a lot of campaign and education, is getting better. There's more uptake. Pregnant patients should always have an open discussion with their healthcare provider than to decline or be hesitant.
Dr. Goji says women who are trying to get pregnant also shouldn't be fearful of getting vaccinated. According to the CDC, it's safe for them as
Well, we have your Save a Pet. We're going to go to Darby O'Donnell from Desert Haven Animal Society, where she introduces us to Harry.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Harry. Harry is currently in the cone of shame, unfortunately. He did just go and get neutered so he can be adopted out right away. Harry is a 1.5-year-old heeler mix. He is this kind of awkward middle between a red heeler and a blue heeler, where they're usually like a red color and a gray color. He is kind of like a combo mixture, honestly. His face has a little bit of beige on it, and then his undercoat seems to be red, but on the top it's a lot of gray and black. Very beautiful, extremely friendly, cute little personality. He is a little bit taller than a standard heeler would be, but very, very energetic, like to run around, was really excited to see us. Not a fan of the cone, however, not a big fan of that. Definitely doesn't recommend it. But if you want to come and see Harry and his cute little personality, or anyone here at Desert Haven Animal Society, please give him a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler looking out the KPVM weather window. We're looking at the Calvetta Eye, the duck pond there. Flags blowing majestically in the breeze. It's going to be a beautiful week. We'll tell you all about it here in a second. Come on back.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. You made it back from the weekend. Everybody's feeling perky, ready to get on with this week. Man, we're getting on with it in a big way weather-wise. It's heating up. It's getting kind of blowy. We'll tell you all about it here. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, Tonopah, all the way down to Goldfield, Europe, into the mid to high 70s for highs. Lows at night sneaking down to about 40, and that'll feel like nice and cool. Actually, out in Beatty, it's 84 degrees, 49 for a low tonight. Amargosa, Las Vegas, you're looking about 87, 88. Death Valley's almost up to triple digits. Oh, sure sign of spring. 98 degrees is their high today. And here in the paradise of Pahrump, where the air is pure, the grass is green, and everybody's way above average, it's 84 degrees. 85 was our high today. Felt pretty good with those winds coming out of the west-southwest at 10 miles per hour. And those bone-dry temperatures, a little bit like a convected oven, and it'll be a kind of a theme this week. Sun came up this morning gloriously at 6:05 a.m. It'll set this evening at 7:21 p.m., and that's nearly a prime number. Nope, not even. Oh, well, 54 degrees our low tonight. Winds gently out of the east to 8 miles per hour. And as we head on into tomorrow, what are we expecting? Boy, there's going to be a lot of wind. 20 mile per hour average wind speeds tomorrow, but also 86-degree temperatures. Yes, it's a convection oven. How about that? Winds will calm down the next 3 days, and temperatures kind of calming down along with them, returning for a nice hot weekend with some clouds Saturday, Sunday. Monday, I don't know what happens, but look at that. 68 degrees is what they're predicting way off into the distance, so that could rapidly change. But no real rain, even though we're getting a bunch of cloud cover this week. So that's kind of the word on the street, Huggy Bear. Back to the desk. It's Missy and Deanna.
Thanks so much. Well, gosh, it's getting hotter. We were just talking about that.
I know, but the wind did pick up occasionally over the weekend, and things were flying across my yard. Did you end up with any good prizes?
We talked about that a little bit, actually, over this weekend because we were inspirations for their health fair, and the wind was picking up everything. It even picked up some of the tickets that they had for a drawing, and we were chasing them through the fields, trying to catch them all and everything. And we did talk a little bit about how I'm still waiting for my trampoline, and that lawn furniture was being exchanged over the weekend.
Well, one of those is going to blow in your yard someday. I know.
I need new lawn furniture.
I really want to hear about that. I want the trampoline to land at your house.
Yeah, not on my roof or
no.
through my windows. All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.